Imagine living in a place where the days flow smoothly. Safety is not a constant concern, and access to quality healthcare and education is guaranteed. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But such a place may actually exist, and the world is full of countries that offer a life that many only dream of. But what makes a country the perfect home for you? Sometimes what we believe to be ideal is exactly the opposite. Maybe your dream life is in a place you never considered. Today, we'll explore the destinations that promise more than just a pretty postcard. They offer the chance to start over, thrive, and ultimately find your place in the world. Seeking quality of life is a desire that lives in the hearts of many, who has never found themselves imagining what it would be like to live in a place where daily stress was replaced by tranquility and security. Maybe that's why so many are dedicated to exploring each curiosity about countries that offer this promise. But after all, what does it really mean to live well? Is there a place in the world where life is perfect, or is this search just an illusion? The journey we are about to embark on will take us through countries that seem to have discovered the secret to a fulfilling life. Now, choosing the ideal place to live is more than just finding a house or a stable job. It's about aligning your values and priorities with the environment around you. For some, it is the proximity to nature that brings peace. For others, it is the efficiency of a health system or street safety. So, how do you discover where your happiness can flourish? Let's explore these questions as we uncover the wonders and country curiosities that shape the perfect life. The world is vast and full of surprises. Each country has its peculiarities, its traditions, its challenges, and, of course, its unique attractions. Have you ever imagined living in a place where people genuinely care about each other's well-being? Or where technological advances make life easier without stealing the essence of human coexistence? These are not just financial or status issues. It's about finding a place that makes sense for you. And believe me, this choice is not as obvious as it seems. But don't worry, you are not alone in this quest. Throughout this video, together we will uncover the secrets of the most promising countries, those that have to offer something more than numbers on a graph. Let's find out what really makes a difference in the lives of those who chose these destinations as their home. And who knows, maybe even find the place you've always dreamed of but haven't yet discovered. Quality of life goes far beyond what many believe to be just material comfort. It is a state of balance between mind, body, and environment, where every aspect of your life converges to create a feeling of well-being. Imagine waking up in a place where safety and tranquility are constant, where the pressures of everyday life don't suffocate you, and your mental health flourishes. This is something that many countries have worked to offer their inhabitants. But can everyone achieve this balance? The answer may lie in curiosities about countries who prioritize emotional health as much as physical health. Security and stability are undeniable pillars for those looking to live better. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you and your family are protected is priceless. Countries with low crime rates, efficient emergency services, and a strong sense of community make all the difference. Now, imagine living in a place where walking at night is as peaceful as during the day, where the sense of solidarity is a reflection of the security that the population feels. It is these small details that shape what we mean by living well. Health, of course, is one of the biggest indicators of quality of life. After all, without health, all other aspects become secondary. The best countries in the world in terms of quality of life have exemplary healthcare systems, ensuring not only access to medical treatments, but also a longer life expectancy. Have you ever imagined living in a country where public health is treated as a top priority? For many, this is not a distant dream, but a reality, as the country curiosities that we will explore throughout the day. And then the question arises, where can we find this ideal balance between safety, health, and emotional well-being. Many countries stand out for offering a combination of these factors, but figuring out which one is best for you is the next step in this exploration. We will continue in this search, always keeping an eye on the characteristics that make a country truly a home. When it comes to choosing a new country to live in, it's not just the paradisiacal settings or stunning photographs that matter. There are a series of crucial factors that shape your decision and can transform your life in profound ways. One of the most important is the cost of living. Imagine living in a place where your paycheck has real power, where you can enjoy a comfortable life without worrying about living paycheck to paycheck. In some countries, the balance between what you earn and what you spend makes all the difference. And the curiosities about countries who master this balance are valuable for those seeking this stability. Infrastructure cannot be underestimated either. What is public transport like? Is it easy to get around? A country that invests in quality infrastructure makes your daily life easier, offering mobility and connectivity. Imagine living in a place where you don't have to spend hours in traffic, where every detail of the city has been designed to provide a more practical and accessible life. Countries with efficient and accessible transport systems contribute to the feeling of living in a more evolved place and connected to the well-being of its inhabitants. Another essential factor is education. For those who have children, or even for those looking for personal growth, living in a country with good educational opportunities can be a game changer. Countries that invest heavily in the education of their citizens not only create more prepared generations, but also offer a more conducive environment for innovation and development. This means more opportunities for both young people and adults. To the country curiosities that highlight the importance of education, show how this investment reflects on the overall quality of life. These three pillars, cost of living, infrastructure, and education, are just the beginning of our journey to understand what really makes a country ideal for living. And the truth is that for each person, the perfect combination of these factors may vary. But how do you know which country aligns most with your values? The answer is just ahead as we continue our exploration. Nordic countries are often mentioned when talking about quality of life. But what secret do they keep? Sweden, Denmark, and Norway are among the happiest countries in the world, and this is no coincidence. Sweden, for example, invests in a social welfare policy that few places can match. The government offers a strong protection system to its citizens, guaranteeing access to health, education, and security without it weighing on the pocket. These countries have something in common: a deep sense of community and social responsibility, elements that make life lighter and more balanced. These curiosities about countries' Nordics reveal how small daily actions create an environment of continued prosperity and happiness. Denmark, on the other hand, is a clear example of how work-life balance can shape the satisfaction of its inhabitants. Shorter working hours, combined with flexible employment policies, allow people to dedicate more time to leisure, family, and hobbies. It's no wonder that the Danes are consistently considered the happiest. The lifestyle is not about chasing success at any cost, but rather about finding pleasure in the little things, from a quiet conversation to a coffee on a sunny afternoon. Norway, with its stunning natural landscapes and vast natural resources, has another standout factor: shared wealth. Resources arising from oil are not only concentrated in the hands of a few, but distributed in a way that benefits society as a whole. The impact of this wealth on general well-being is evident, with investments in health, education, and infrastructure, making Norway one of the countries with the highest quality of life. Living in a place where nature meets economic prosperity is a privilege that few countries can provide. The Nordic countries' formula is a perfect combination of social policies, balance between work and leisure, and a strong connection with the environment. But of course, that doesn't mean these countries are perfect for everyone. Is the Nordic lifestyle right for you? Or perhaps another place aligns more with what you're looking for? Let's continue discovering other nations and their peculiarities. Switzerland has always been synonymous with stability and prosperity. This small European country, nestled among the Alps, is often ranked among the best places in the world to live. But unlike many places, Switzerland combines very high salaries with an equally high cost of living. The question that arises is, does the balance between what you earn and what you spend really pay off? For those looking for comfort, security, and a high-quality life, Switzerland offers a unique opportunity. It is no wonder that many consider it a true refuge, and its country curiosities reflect this reality. One of Switzerland's biggest attractions is its political neutrality. For centuries, the country remained out of global conflicts, ensuring enviable internal stability. But how does this affect citizens' daily lives? The feeling of security and being in a place where the winds of war and political instability do not reach means that life is lived with fewer worries. The reflection of this neutrality is in the trust that the Swiss have in their institutions and in the peaceful environment that the country offers, making it an ideal destination for those seeking peace. Living in the Swiss Alps also brings another dilemma: the tranquility of small towns or the isolation of remote areas. The landscapes are breathtaking, but many who move to Switzerland wonder if this isolation can be a challenge. Life in the Alps is marked by a deep connection with nature, with the pure air of the mountains and the crystal-clear waters of the lakes, providing a high quality of life, but at the cost of living further away from large urban centers. Switzerland, with its balance of modern cities and natural landscapes, offers a near-perfect life. But is it the right place for those looking for more dynamism and proximity to the outside world? Perhaps another destination, equally fascinating, can bring more dynamism to everyday life. Let's continue exploring options that may surprise you. Japan is a land of fascinating contrasts. On the one hand, the ancient tradition is still deeply rooted in culture and everyday lives. On the other, the country is known for its advanced technology and modern lifestyle. This balance between old and new makes Japan a unique destination for those seeking a place where tradition and innovation coexist in harmony. The longevity of the Japanese is famous around the world, the result of a combination of healthy eating, a strong sense of community, and an exemplary healthcare system. For those looking to live well and for longer, Japan is without a doubt an inspiration, as revealed by the various curiosities about countries like this. Technology is part of the daily lives of Japanese people in a way that goes far beyond smartphones and computers. It is present in the small details, such as ultra-modern transport systems, robots that help with healthcare services, and smart homes. But does modernity always make life easier? The fast pace of cities like Tokyo can be both an attraction and a challenge. Living in a metropolis where everything seems to move at an impressive speed can be exciting, but it can also bring some mental exhaustion. For many, Japan is the perfect balance between tradition and modernity. For others, it can be a culture shock. Despite all the benefits that Japan offers, there are significant challenges for those who want to live there. The cultural barrier is one of them. Japanese society deeply values its traditions and ways of life, and integrating can be more difficult than you imagine. Learning the language is just the first step to understanding the complexity of the local culture. For those willing to dive in, Japan offers a world of discovery. But for those who prefer a more family-friendly environment, other destinations may be more accessible. Whether for its traditions, its technology, or its mutually respectful society, Japan has a lot to offer. But is it the right country for you? As we continue exploring other places, each country reveals its unique peculiarities and attractions. Let's see what comes next. Canada is one of those countries that seems to have everything that many dream of. diversity, inclusion, and breathtaking nature make it a sought-after destination for people around the world. Its open and welcoming immigration policy allows thousands of people to find a new beginning, a new home in Canada. And this cultural openness transforms the country into a vibrant melting pot, where different cultures coexist harmoniously. For those looking for a place where diversity is celebrated, Canada is a true paradise, as demonstrated by the country curiosities that make it such a desired destination. The Canadian healthcare system is another highlight. With universal medical care, the population has access to healthcare without major financial concerns. But does the system work as well as it seems? Some say that waiting times for appointments can be long, but the security of knowing that everyone has access to treatment is an undeniable comfort. For those who value a society that cares for its citizens, Canada is the perfect example of how public health can be a priority. Now, if you are thinking about moving to Canada, prepare yourself for the harsh winters. Low temperatures can be challenging for those who are not used to it, but welcoming communities, especially in small towns, make winter a time of togetherness. Outdoor activities like skiing and ice skating are part of the Canadian lifestyle. Those who can embrace the cold climate discover a new way of living, taking advantage of the best nature has to offer, even in the coldest months. Canada, with its diversity, healthcare system, and natural beauty, offers a rich life full of possibilities. But is this your ideal new home? Let's continue exploring other countries and their uniqueness to find out where you would really fit in. Australia is, for many, the country of dreams. With its white sand beaches, sunny climate, and outdoor lifestyle, it's hard not to be enchanted by this destination. For those seeking health and happiness, Australia seems to offer everything in one place. The active lifestyle, with an emphasis on sports and outdoor activities, means Australians are always connected to nature. Morning surf, trails in national parks, and vibrant cities combine to create a balanced and energetic life. These curiosities about countries with a lifestyle so connected to nature, they attract people who want a healthier and more peaceful life. The Australian economy is another big advantage. With constant growth, Australia offers excellent job opportunities for those who want to start a new life. Major cities, such as Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, are centers of innovation and business, attracting professionals from around the world. However, living in Australia's big cities can be a bit expensive. The high cost of living, especially in urban centers, can be a challenge for those who are not prepared, but higher salaries offset some of this burden. Therefore, for those willing to invest in quality of life, Australia is still a very attractive option. Climate challenges, however, should not be ignored. Australia is a country that has faced extreme weather conditions in recent years, from heat waves to devastating bushfires. For those who want to live in more rural areas or close to forests, it is important to be aware of the risks and preventive measures that need to be taken. Connecting with nature can be beautiful, but it also brings its challenges, especially in a country with such diverse and sometimes unpredictable ecosystems. With its strong economy, active lifestyle, and breathtaking landscapes, Australia stands out as one of the countries with the highest quality of life in the world. However, are you ready to face the challenges of climate and the high cost of living? As we continue to explore other destinations, perhaps another option will pique your interest even more. New Zealand is a true refuge for those looking for peace and direct contact with nature. With its breathtaking landscapes, ranging from majestic mountains to isolated beaches, the country offers a life marked by tranquility and balance. If you're the type who is enchanted by natural beauty, living in New Zealand may seem like a dream. The feeling of living in one of the most peaceful countries in the world is incomparable. This peace is not just external, but reflects on people's lifestyle, which prioritizes well-being and quality of life. To the country, curiosities like this, show how much the connection with nature can influence the happiness of a nation. Another strong point of New Zealand is its job opportunities and easy immigration. The country has very open policies for welcoming new residents, especially those with specific professional skills. If you are looking for a place where you can develop your career without the stress of large urban centers, New Zealand offers a perfect combination of tranquility and professional development. Small towns and villages may seem isolated to some, but it is precisely this isolation that attracts those looking for a life away from the hustle and bustle. Geographic distance is something that cannot be ignored. New Zealand is far from the world's major centers, which can represent a feeling of isolation for those who like to be close to other nations or on busier routes. However, many see this as an advantage. Being far from global conflicts, economic crises, and large urban centers can be the key to living more calmly and serenely. The New Zealand lifestyle is a kind of escape from chaos. For those who value a calmer lifestyle, surrounded by natural beauty and with real opportunities for personal and professional growth, New Zealand may be the ideal destination. But are distance and isolation something you can embrace? We will continue exploring other nations and their peculiarities to help you find the perfect place. Singapore is a city-state that seems to defy size limitations. Although small, it is giant when it comes to quality of life, safety, and organization. For those who value an intense urban life, but without giving up order and cleanliness, Singapore presents itself as a true paradise. The city is known for being one of the most organized and cleanest in the world, and this reputation is not for nothing. Every corner seems carefully planned to offer maximum comfort and safety to its inhabitants. To the curiosities about countries like Singapore show that, even with its population density, the country remains impeccable. One of Singapore's biggest attractions is the extreme safety it offers. With strict laws and a culture of respect for rules, it is one of the few places in the world where walking the streets at any time of the day or night is worry-free. This security is one of the pillars of the local quality of life, allowing residents and visitors to enjoy the city with peace of mind. For those who have children, living in such a safe place can be a deciding factor. However, it is worth considering the cost of living. Living in one of Asia's most developed cities takes its toll. The high cost of housing, transportation, and food can be a challenge for those who are not prepared. However, the benefits that Singapore offers, from its impeccable infrastructure to access to career opportunities at multinational companies, can offset these costs. The country's economic prosperity is evident, and many professionals find Singapore the ideal place to develop. With its modernity, security, and opportunities, Singapore is an attractive choice for those who want to live in a high-quality metropolis. But are this fast pace and high cost of living what you are looking for? Let's continue our journey to find out if there is another country that suits your dreams of a perfect life even better. Portugal has become increasingly popular among those looking for a peaceful life, but full of European charm. With its mild climate, beautiful landscapes, and a lifestyle that values leisure and simplicity, it's easy to understand why so many expats are choosing Portugal as their new home. Cities like Lisbon and Porto are vibrant, full of history, but without the frenetic pace we see in other European capitals. For those who want quality of life without the stress of big cities, Portugal offers a unique combination. These country curiosities show how Portugal's welcoming environment captivates those seeking a more balanced life. The cost of living in Portugal is surprisingly affordable when compared to other Western European countries. This attracts not only retirees, but also young professionals who want to live in a place with an excellent quality of life, without spending a fortune. The real estate market, although it has grown in recent years, still offers good opportunities for those who want to buy or rent. And, with a growing economy, Business and investment opportunities are increasingly attractive. Another point that makes Portugal such a desired destination is the ease of integration for foreigners. Portuguese is an accessible language for those willing to learn, and the country is home to a large community of expatriates, which makes adaptation even easier. Furthermore, the local population is known for its hospitality, which creates a welcoming environment for those starting a new life in Portuguese lands. For many, this warm welcome is one of Portugal's greatest attractions. With its natural beauty, rich culture, and pleasant climate, Portugal is a destination that offers much more than just a place to live. But is it the right place for you? We still have more countries to explore, and each one has its own unique characteristics that can capture your attention. Uruguay may not be the first country that comes to mind when thinking about quality of life, but it surprises in many ways. Known for its progressive policies and focus on civil rights, it is one of the safest and most stable countries in Latin America. For those looking to live in a place where life flows simply, but with great advantages, Uruguay is a charming option. Small towns and the capital Montevideo offer a peaceful lifestyle, without the hustle and bustle of big cities. These curiosities about countries show that Uruguay, with its policy focused on social well-being, is a destination worth considering. One of the points that most attract new residents is security. Uruguay stands out as one of the safest countries in Latin America, with low crime rates and a strong sense of community. For those who want to live in an environment where tranquility reigns, this small country is a sensible choice. Walking the streets without worries, feeling at home in any neighborhood, and knowing that there is a robust social structure that protects citizens are factors that make a difference. Uruguay's progressive policies are also an attraction in itself. With a modern approach to social and environmental issues, the country has been a leader in sustainability and civil rights. From legalizing the recreational use of cannabis to protecting minority rights, Uruguay is ahead of many countries in terms of individual freedoms. This setting creates an atmosphere of freedom and respect, which is greatly appreciated by those looking to live in a place where people are treated with dignity. Uruguay offers a simple life, but with great advantages in terms of security, rights, and quality of life. But is this simplicity enough for you? We will continue our journey, exploring other countries that can offer even more in terms of lifestyle and opportunities. Costa Rica is known for its philosophy of pura vida, an expression that goes beyond words and is reflected in the way people live. The country is a tropical paradise with lush forests, paradisiacal beaches, and incomparable biodiversity. For those looking for a lifestyle more connected to nature and away from the stress of big cities, Costa Rica offers a haven of peace and tranquility. This connection with the environment is part of everyday life, and many country curiosities show how this harmony between human beings and nature contributes to the quality of life of its inhabitants. What makes Costa Rica unique is the fact that it does not have an army. Since 1949, the country has abolished its armed forces, and the money that would have been intended for this has been redirected to education and health. This has created a more peaceful society, where resources are used to improve people's lives, not to sustain conflicts. Security is high, and the population feels protected by a government that prioritizes social well-being. The absence of an army is a symbol of the lasting peace that the country has built over the years. Furthermore, the focus on sustainability and environmental preservation is one of the main reasons why Costa Rica is so admired. Around 25% of the national territory is made up of national parks and protected areas, and the country has ambitious goals to become carbon neutral. For those who value sustainability and want to live in a place that respects the environment, Costa Rica is the ideal destination. This commitment to greenery is part of national pride and attracts residents and tourists from all over the world. Costa Rica is a living example of how a simple and sustainable life can bring happiness and peace. But is this the lifestyle you are looking for? As we continue exploring other countries, each place reveals a new way of living well. Iceland is a country where nature seems to have a life of its own. With its stunning landscapes of active volcanoes, gigantic glaciers, and majestic waterfalls, living in Iceland is like being in constant contact with the brute force of the planet. For those looking for a lifestyle in harmony with nature, Iceland offers a unique refuge where the silence of the mountains and the sound of crystal-clear rivers bring a peace that is difficult to find anywhere else. To the curiosities about countries like Iceland reveal that this balance with nature is also reflected in the quality of life. The country, despite its small population, has one of the highest happiness rates in the world. Part of this is due to the strong sense of community that Icelanders have among themselves. In a place where everyone knows everyone, and solidarity is a core value, it's easy to understand why the Icelandic people live so lightly. Here, life is marked by mutual respect and the appreciation of collective well-being. Furthermore, access to high-quality healthcare, education, and infrastructure contributes to a healthy, worry-free lifestyle. But living in Iceland also has its challenges. The force of nature can be both beautiful and unpredictable. Icelanders live with earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and long, dark winters. However, this coexistence with wild nature is part of what makes life in Iceland so special. For many, it's a small price to pay for living in one of the safest and most prosperous places in the world, where the connection to the land is deep and respect for the environment is a priority. Living in Iceland is like being part of an ancient story, where humans and nature coexist in a delicate dance of respect and admiration. But is this life amidst the grandeur of nature what you are looking for? We continue our journey through other fascinating countries, each with its own way of providing a quality life. Germany is often associated with efficiency and economic power. It is a nation that stands out not only for its industrial strength, but also for its ability to provide a high-quality life for its inhabitants. Living in Germany is experiencing a country where everything seems to work perfectly, from transport to public services. This German efficiency is famous, and it directly impacts the daily lives of those who live there. To the country, curiosities on Germany show that this organization is not restricted to work, but also creates an environment conducive to leisure and well-being. The German healthcare system is robust, accessible, and considered one of the best in the world. It provides high-quality care for all residents, regardless of income. This focus on healthcare is one of the factors that make Germany one of the countries with the highest life expectancy. Furthermore, the educational system is equally respected, with renowned universities and free or very affordable training programs. For those who value excellent education and a reliable healthcare system, Germany is an example to be followed. But Germany is not just about work and efficiency. The country also knows how to balance leisure well. Cultural festivals, sporting events, and a rich historical heritage are part of the German way of life. Cities are organized in a way that allows people to have easy access to parks, theaters, and other leisure spaces. This means that, even in big cities like Berlin or Munich, the pace of life is not suffocating. Work-life balance is highly valued, and Germans find time to enjoy life, whether in a beer garden or a walk in the fields. With its economic power, quality services, and balanced lifestyle, Germany offers a prosperous and organized life. But is this balance of efficiency and leisure what you seek in your life? We'll continue exploring other countries, each with a unique combination of factors that may align with your dreams of a new home. The Netherlands is a country that mixes tradition and modernity in a unique way. Quiet canals cut through cities full of life, while bicycles, The main means of transport dominate the streets. The simplicity with which the Dutch move on foot or by bicycle gives a feeling of freedom that is rare in other countries. This country is also famous for its progressive thinking and valuing individual rights. For those looking for a place where urban mobility and social freedom are priorities, the Netherlands is a fascinating destination, and the curiosities about countries like the Netherlands show how this nation manages to balance innovation and tradition. Urban mobility in the Netherlands is one of its biggest attractions. With a highly efficient public transport system and a practically flat country, the bicycle is the king of the streets. Cycling around Amsterdam, Rotterdam, or Utrecht is part of the daily routine, and this not only contributes to the health of the inhabitants, but also to the air quality and the feeling of community. Living in a place where traffic is not a source of stress and where outdoor living is part of the culture offers a unique experience of freedom. The Netherlands is also known for its social freedom. The country was one of the first to legalize same-sex marriage and maintains an open stance on various social issues. For those who value living in a society that respects individual freedoms, the Netherlands is an example to be followed. Here, respect for diversity and inclusion is a fundamental part of national identity, creating an environment where everyone feels free to be who they are. This balance between freedom, mobility, and tradition makes the Netherlands a special place to live. But is this peaceful, progressive lifestyle what you're looking for? As we continue exploring other countries, we will see how different combinations of factors can create the ideal life for each person. The best-known countries are not always the ones that offer the best quality of life. There are less conventional nations that, although not on the majority's radar, are surprising for their policies, way of life, and opportunities. Bhutan, for example, is famous for measuring its success not by GDP but by GNH, gross domestic happiness. It is a country where the search for happiness is part of public policies and national philosophy. For those who want to live in a place where emotional well-being is prioritized above all else, Bhutan can be a surprising choice. To the country, curiosities like Bhutan show that happiness and simplicity can go hand in hand. Estonia, on the other hand, is a country that, although small, is at the forefront when it comes to digital innovation. With one of the most advanced e-government systems in the world, living in Estonia means having access to efficient and digital public services, from voting to starting companies. For those who work with technology or seek a highly connected and innovative environment, Estonia offers a unique opportunity. Digital freedom here is a reality that makes life easier for everyone, and the country has been attracting digital nomads looking for a safe and efficient place to work remotely. Luxembourg is another example of a country that, although small, surprises with its high standard of living. With one of the highest GDPs per capita in the world, the country is a true financial and business center in Europe. Its small population enjoys modern infrastructure, high-quality education, and an international environment, as Luxembourg attracts people of different nationalities. For those looking for opportunities for professional growth in a peaceful but prosperous environment, this country offers all this and more. These countries, although less known, show that there are fascinating alternatives for those who want to live well outside the most popular destinations. Does any of them fit what you are looking for? We still have more countries to explore, each with its own peculiarities and attractions. Moving countries can be one of the most exciting and transformative steps in life, but it also comes with its challenges. The first obstacle is culture shock. No matter how charming a country may seem, adapting to a new culture can take time and require patience. What is seen as normal in one society may be completely different in another. Work schedules, daily customs, even the way people communicate can be a real challenge. For those who are willing to embrace these changes, the reward can be profound. learning about the world and themselves. To the country, curiosities show how culture shock can be both a challenge and an opportunity for growth. Another important point is bureaucracy. The immigration process with its visas, permits, and documents can be quite complicated. Each country has its own rules and requirements, and being well informed about the process is essential to avoid surprises. Many countries offer specific programs for different types of immigrants, from students to highly qualified professionals. But, regardless of the ease a country offers, it is always important to be prepared to deal with bureaucracy and the adjustments that come with it. Furthermore, the financial issue is a crucial factor. Living well in a new country largely depends on how you manage your money. The cost of living varies enormously from country to country, and it is essential to plan your expenses to avoid frustration. This includes everything from the price of housing to food and transportation expenses. For those who are financially prepared, the transition can be smoother. But for many, financial adjustment can be one of the biggest challenges. Overcoming these challenges is what turns a simple change into an enriching experience. But does the country you chose offer the ideal support and conditions to facilitate this transition? We still have more countries and details to explore before making this big decision. Choosing the ideal country to live in is not a simple task, but it also doesn't have to be an impossible puzzle to solve. It all starts with identifying your personal priorities. What do you really value? For some, peace of mind and security are the most important factors. For others, access to culture, innovation, or even the climate can be decisive. Understanding your priorities is the first step to making an informed decision. It is necessary to look beyond the superficial and delve into the curiosities about countries that may have more to offer than you realize. Another important aspect is the emotional connection with the place. Do you feel comfortable there? Is there a feeling of belonging? It's not always easy to find this answer right away, but it's worth paying attention to the small details. The way people interact, the values the country promotes, and the general atmosphere can create a bond that goes beyond the material. For many, the feeling of being at home is what makes life in a new country truly satisfying. Planning for the future is also essential. Where can you grow personally and professionally? The country you choose should be a place where you can develop, not just survive. This means evaluating job opportunities, the educational system, housing conditions, and, of course, the economic environment. For those seeking a prosperous life, it is essential to consider where your skills and ambitions can flourish. Figuring out which country is best for you takes thought and research, but it's a journey that can be deeply revealing. And the final decision may be closer than you think, especially when you allow yourself to explore all the possibilities the world has to offer. But there are still more factors to consider as we continue our search for the perfect place. When it comes to choosing a new country to live in, family plays a crucial role in the decision. Quality of life is not just about individual comfort. It is also deeply connected to personal relationships and family well-being. In a new country, family dynamics can be strengthened or challenged, depending on how the environment fosters these connections. Places where education is of high quality and where communities are welcoming tend to provide a more stable and happy life for all family members. To the country, curiosities that involve these factors show how social structure can directly impact each person's well-being. Education is a key factor for those who have children. Living in a country that values and invests in the educational system makes all the difference in the future of children. The choice of schools, access to educational resources, and the quality of teaching are issues that directly affect family development. Additionally, living in an environment where children are safe to explore, learn, and grow is an invaluable benefit. For many families, this is the main reason to consider moving to a new country. Health is also a fundamental point. Knowing that your family will have access to a quality and affordable healthcare system brings peace of mind. Many countries with high quality of life indices offer complete healthcare, from prenatal care to old age, ensuring that each family member has the necessary assistance throughout their lives. This support is one of the biggest advantages of choosing to live in a place that prioritizes the well-being of its citizens. Family support is essential during this transition. Moving to a new country can be challenging, but with the right support, both emotional and structural, a family can flourish in an entirely new environment. But does the country you are considering offer everything your family needs? Let's continue to explore other factors that can influence this important decision. Changing countries is a profoundly transformative experience, not just physically, but also emotionally. The psychological impact of this change can be intense, especially at the beginning, when everything around you is new and unfamiliar. The feeling of being out of your comfort zone can generate anxiety, but it can also be an opportunity to grow and reinvent yourself. The important thing is to understand that these emotions are normal and are part of the adaptation process. To the curiosities about countries welcoming foreigners with emotional and community support are crucial to easing this transition. Dealing with the fear of the unknown is one of the main psychological barriers for those moving to another country. However, this fear can be overcome with preparation and building a support network, whether through new friends, expatriate groups, or even long-distance family support. Change can be scary, but it can also open doors to new experiences, new learning, and a new version of yourself. Emotional resilience is one of the greatest gifts this journey can offer. The importance of emotional resilience during this phase cannot be underestimated. Adapting to a new culture, a new language, and new customs can be challenging, but it is precisely this adaptation that allows personal growth. The act of reinventing yourself, building a new routine, and learning to connect with the people around you transforms not only your external life, but also your internal perspective. For those who are open to these changes, the reward is a renewed sense of self-confidence and freedom. Building a new life in another country may seem daunting at first, but over time, these emotions give way to the satisfaction of having overcome challenges and achieved something new. But does the country you are considering offer the necessary support to make this emotional transition smoother? As we continue, we will explore how to best make this transition. Making the decision to change country is one of the biggest leaps of faith anyone can take in life. The world is vast, full of opportunities, and each country offers a unique experience for those willing to explore beyond its borders. The big question is, which is the right place for you? There is no definitive answer, as each person has their own priorities and expectations. For some, paradise may be on a quiet island, far from it all. For others, the perfect life can be found in a vibrant city full of opportunities and connections. To the country curiosities we explore here show how different places can offer the life you're looking for. But what makes a country an ideal home is more than its landscapes or economy. It's about how you feel living there, how the environment welcomes you, and how it aligns with your values and lifestyle. The challenge is not just choosing a destination, but finding a place where you can grow, develop, and, above all, be happy. And this journey to discover your new home is an adventure that can completely change your life. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be explored. And now that you know more about the countries that offer the best quality of life, perhaps the next step will be the most exciting: choosing your next destination. Have any of the countries we explored captured your heart? Or perhaps another is still waiting to be discovered? The important thing is to move forward with courage and determination.
Hey explorers, if you love discovering the amazing curiosities and stories we share here on Exploring Nations, how about supporting the channel with just $1? This small gesture can make a big difference and is essential to keep this content going. Without your support, our journey might be cut short. And there's more. When you shop on Amazon, use our special link. It costs you nothing extra, plus you get an exclusive discount and it helps us out a lot. The links for donations and Amazon are pinned in the first comment. Don't let this adventure stop, we're counting on you. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and drop us a comment.